free fall. So free fall is the motion of an object under the force of gravity, and air drag is neglected. That means there is no air friction considered when we discuss about free fall. Now we'll be using equations of motion, which is also called as equations of kinematics. And the acceleration, because it's acceleration due to gravity, because the force which is acting on the object is the force of gravity. So acceleration will be taken as negative 9.8 meter per second square, or to simplify, sometimes we might also see in exams they take it as negative 10 meter per second square. Always. So either negative 9.8 or negative 10, but negative will be there always because force of gravity acts downwards, and downwards is taken as negative. Now let's say in this example we have got an object which is being pulled towards the earth by the force of gravity, and just to understand the directions, we are going to, as usual, take up as positive, upward direction as positive, and downward direction as negative. We know that acceleration is pointing downwards, that means it will always be negative. Now, how to understand information from the question? That means if you are given a question on free fall, how to understand it and solve it. If they say ball is dropped, that means the initial velocity will be equal to 0. If the ball reaches maximum height, that means it cannot go any further, that means the final velocity will be equal to 0. Let's check one particular case. Ball is thrown up. So we know that when something is thrown up, it will move upwards, cover some distance or height, and then it will turn and move back. So initially it has velocity vi. Let's say it's 2 meter per second. It goes up, its velocity keeps on decreasing. It reaches a maximum height where its speed will become 0. That's why you can see final speed is written here as 0. Then it will return to the same point from where it was thrown. Like if you are catching it back in your hand, then we are assuming here it is returning to the same point from where it was thrown. So it will hit back with 2 meter per second. In its return, journey up as well as down, acceleration due to gravity will be downwards because the force of gravity is down. So while going up, acceleration is down, velocity of the object is up. That means acceleration and velocity are opposite to each other. So that means the object is going to decelerate. It's going to slow down, and that's why we see that the object's final speed at the maximum height becomes 0. When it's going to go down, acceleration was already downwards, but now the speed or the velocity is also downwards. That means it's going to accelerate. That means it's going to speed up. Okay, so if we want to check Vi and Vf, while going up, Vi was 2 meter per second upwards, so 2 meter per second is positive. Vf is equal to 0, it reaches the maximum height, so Vf becomes 0. While coming down, Vi is equal to 0 because it starts from rest, and Vf, now Vf is also equal to 2 meter per second, but because it's downwards, we will put it as negative. We can see that Vi is 0 here. For the downwards journey, Vi is 0 and it's going downwards. So now the direction is down, so Vf will be negative 2 meter per second.